Hey, and welcome to video number 2. In this specific video, we're going to talk about how to download and install Paint.net and how to set it up properly so you can begin to use it. So with that said, let's go ahead and get started. To get to the site, you want to go to Google and type in Paint.net, which is located, the site is located at getpaint.net. So I'm going to go here. And then simply at the top, click on the download link. Now, the reason why I wanted to create this video is so that you understand that you can install Paint.net. Some of you, when you install Paint.net, it's going to be a simple, seamless, no problem installation. But some of you, when you install Paint.net and you do not have the Microsoft .NET framework, if you do not have it, then either Paint.net will prompt you or you can try downloading it yourself. So that's something that I want to make sure that you understand. It's not a hard process. It's just something that you need to be aware of, and that Paint.net, of course, only works with Windows. And one computer, like the computer that I'm working on right now, I install Paint.net with no problem at all. And to do that, just simply click on Download Now here, and then click on this link up here. It's a zip file, and once you unzip the file, it's going to appear here, and all you have to do is double click it and just follow the directions to doing so. And so if you do not have .NET, like say for example my desktop did not have the .NET framework, and then therefore I installed it, and then Paint.net said no, you need the .NET framework. And it's this link here, and it's very, very easy to install. In fact, it sends you to the download page here. All you have to do is click download, follow the directions to get the .NET framework to get it installed. Once you're done with that, and let's say that you've had success on the installation, and now it's time to open Paint.net. So to access it, you can either find the link or the icon on your desktop and so forth, or you can open, let's say, click on the start button here and then click in the search area, Paint. And if you successfully installed it, then you'll see Paint.net right here. And when you click on that, I've already opened it up here, but this is what Paint.net looks like. I preferably like Paint.net more than I do GIMP. But if you have a Macintosh, then GIMP is the way to go. But in this specific video course, and pretty much Adobe Photoshop, GIMP, all these different programs are very similar. Like if I'm looking at these tools right here, the same tools that are being used here, a lot of them are being used in Adobe Photoshop. However, with Adobe Photoshop, you don't need all the bells and whistles to create basic stuff. So this is what Paint.net looks like. And in the next video, I'm going to go give you a deeper course and a deeper dive through exactly on all the features, all the tools, and at least the fundamental tools that you're going to need. Hey, and welcome to video number 8. We're going to talk about plugins. You don't necessarily need to use plugins, but if you've used Paint.net and you want to expand, you want to use different effects and this and that, then plugins would be right for you. So if that's the case, then go ahead and watch this video. Plugins definitely will make the software a lot more powerful if you choose to go beyond the basic fundamentals. So plugins are basically like effects. So once I install a plugin, it'll appear under the effects section here. So step number 1 is of course to go to google.com and to find a plugin that you want. So go to Google, type in Paint.net plugins, and you will be met with a bunch of forums. What I like to do is I just go straight to the getpaint.net forum. I don't really go with there are a lot of other third-party sites, and you can do that too. However, you do keep in mind that make sure you have antivirus software on your computer and so forth. So what I normally do is, of course, go to the forums.getpaint.net under their plugin forum. Now, that's not to say that, anywhere you download any file, you need to be protected. So you can go through, you can figure out what plugin, what effect does what. And as you can see here, you have a list. You can kind of get an idea of what is in each plugin folder. For example, if I click on Magic's All Plugins, it says here it is 60 plugins in one pack. And let's say that I go through and it's color zoom, blur, gradient blur, and you're not going to need every single one of these. What I recommend doing is just picking out one or two that you want and then grabbing those. So let's say, for example, that I want to choose this plugin pack. Now there's 60 of them, of course. So you want to go ahead and download it. So I'm going to download it, unzip it, and then find the plugin files, which as you can see is located here. So we've got 60 plugins here. And this is how to install it. So step number 1, find the plugin that you want. Step number 2, download it and unzip it. Step number 3 is the installation part, which is very, very easy. What I recommend you doing is to open up a new window, go to the C drive, go to the program files folder, and then go to the paint.net folder, and then under the effects folder is where you want to install these files. And install, what I mean by install is simply select the effects that you want, simply drag and drop it over to this folder. And once that is done, all you have to do is open up paint.net. Now paint.net on this computer is already open. So what I want to do is, of course, save my files and then close it down. So essentially you want to reboot paint.net. And then I'm going to open up paint.net, and if all works, you should be able to see it under the effects section. So this was rebooted, and then if I go into the effects section, the beauty of the plugins is it knows which section it belongs to. So as you can see, autochroma was added, blurs. I got a bunch of new blurs. I got a bunch of new distorted stuff. I can do kaleidoscope. I can do a lot of stuff. Now, a lot of this stuff, if you're using this video training course for business, then of course you want to stick with something that is conservative and professional. So that's the beauty of the plugins, is you can install tons and tons of plugins, but just keep in mind that you probably want to stick with stuff that you would actually use. So as you can see, it's very easy. You can, let's say we'll open up a image. We'll just open this image here and then apply an effect to it. Let's just do something like frosted glass or something. And what I like about the effects is as you change stuff, you can actually see what's happening. So I can make the smoothness better. Let's see. Once they're done, press OK, and then it applies it. So that's how to use plugins, and as you can see, over time as you add plugins, you can find a lot of plugins. And this was just one guy's plugins, and he had 60 plugins. And as you can see within this forum here, there's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of plugins to scour through. But I do recommend that you stay focused and that you don't get sidetracked and just start downloading tons and tons of plugins, because if you do that, eventually you're just going to overwhelm yourself and you're not going to be able to complete the task ahead. So as you can see, very, very easy to do. And in the next video, I'm going to show you how to create banners and headers pretty much using everything that I've taught you thus far.